Let's get right into this review for The Dog Stars. Alright, so this film is based off a novel that Peter Heller wrote back in 2012 and stars a great ensemble of actors portraying various pivotal characters from Jacob Elordi, Margaret Qualley, to Josh Brolin and Pierce Brosnan. So now that I've seen the film, what did I think about the cinematic package here? I found this to be a pretty flawed experience. To start with the positives, again, I enjoyed the entire cast here. Everyone did a good enough job selling me with their roles. I personally found Josh Brolin's character to be the main highlight for me by a mile away. I also enjoyed the cinematography paired with the film. There's some very pretty shots and qualities to the post-apocalyptic world that felt realistic as we were progressing through the story. And even though most of the themes didn't land as effectively as I wanted it to by the end, I still appreciated the themes of humanity, of handling grief, finding peace, and having to move on that are present with the main character's identity and struggle. And that's really where my positives end. To go into the negatives, I found the characters in this film to be incredibly shallow. There's not a whole lot of information to go off on for these characters, and they all come out one-dimensional as the acts get going. The only person that came off cool, even with a lack of detail again, was Josh Brolin, because his character is simple by nature. Another negative was the lack of emotional depth and layers to this film's package. As soon as the film started, about 8 minutes into the film, I probably dozed off maybe 2 times naturally because there wasn't any oomph to carry me from one shot to the next. It was a whole lot of walking, dead space exploration, and zero motivation for me to understand or care as to why I'm following the protagonist like that from the get-go. Another negative was how the amalgamation of plot points felt bland by the end of the experience. There's a lot going on in this film, but the lack of depth creates a level of repetition, predictability, and a sense we weren't really adding any fun layers emotionally to a film that was so visually dynamic in its journey. So by the end, I was just really bummed out with how this entire story was executed. My final score for The Dog Stars is 5 out of 10. This was a pretty flawed experience by the end of it. I don't regret watching it at the theaters, but many non-avid moviegoers may find the disappointing qualities too high to warrant viewing at the big screen. The cast was great, but the story was almost non-existent and abysmal. Thanks for checking this movie review out. I'll have more coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there, and peace.